Last Friday night was Rosh Hashanah, and Saturday and Sunday. It's gratifying to have shared the High Holy Days with you. Carl has led a family service, which he'll be doing again on Yom Kippur, which I bring to your attention. It was truly delightful. One mother of twin preschoolers shared that her children watched it 12 times in 2 days. They were so delighted by it. So here we are on Shabbat Shuvah, the Shabbat between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. We pause to acknowledge that in the course of this week, we as a nation crossed the milestone of 200,000 fellow Americans passing from COVID, and over 7 million Americans having been infected. Looking at the map earlier today, we are frankly not going backwards yet. At best, we're plateauing, and it's not like we're even in a second phase. The first phase seems to just be going on, and in front of us is flu season, which those who are expert in this field say is cause for particular concern, because people do get very sick with the flu every year. As many as 30 or even 40,000 die in the course of a year. And what's still unknown is what will it mean when there is both people with flu and COVID together in terms of resistance. We look back, 6 months have passed. I look out here in our sanctuary and I miss all of you, all with whom we would share Shabbat and Rosh Hashanah together. And it just is our current dilemma, our current reality, that we are in the midst of COVID land. We have one of our former bat mitzvahs, USY president, who now works for the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, and that's Caroline Kravitz. And because she's really at the center in terms of the agency that she works with, managing our federal information about COVID, I called Caroline today, which was a great joy for me. I've always been fond of Caroline. She's the only teen we've had who's been a 2-term USY president, and she did it with great ability to organize her peers, to be a leader. And she chose to study at Emory for her master's precisely because she wanted to work for the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, in that for somebody who sought a career in public health, there was no greater place in recognition for quality scientists, for trust around the world than our CDC. And she was there as an intern and now is a full-time employee. And she shared with me that it's been hard to be a CDC employee. One person was upset and expressed it from why wasn't the CDC there at the beginning in a more effective way? And on the other side of the political spectrum, when she has told Uber drivers that she's going to the CDC, they get upset. Who's the CDC telling us to wear a mask? CDC seems to be trying to take away our freedom. So, remarkably, this agency, which has been a source of national pride, is now still, and if Caroline's watching, still worthy of that kind of pride, to have people like Caroline there. And I sought to gain guidance from her. What does she have to say to us, we, her community, about staying healthy? And she said, physically and mentally, we need to be aware that this is a time that we're on a marathon, that it's not clear when this will end, when there'll be the herd immunity, how many will use a vaccine. And so the trajectory now of 6 months, it's not clear how much longer it is. And what we need to know as Americans is that the world has experience with these kinds of epidemics. And what we learn is that we have to stay the course. It's only natural to feel some fatigue because it's been a long time and we are longing to be here in the synagogue. We're longing to just visit our friends. We're longing for normalcy. And yet, we have to stay the course. And one of those elements is to know that masks do matter and that we need to maintain social distancing and wash hands and wear our masks. This is best practices medically, and we do it for each other. We're all in this together, and we have to take care of each other. And in that regard, she talked about what we need to do for our sense of well-being. And that's to allow ourselves breaks from COVID. And that's spending time with friends, doing things that are fun, conversations, watching movies pre-COVID to escape and remind ourselves that that too is where life is headed. And so we need to take care of ourselves, we need to take care of those around us, and we need to do it with a sense of one day at a time, with patience, perseverance, and counting our blessings, that knowing even now there is so much that we should be grateful for. And for me on this day, I'm grateful for the chance I had to FaceTime and see Caroline, now an adult in the world. Truly, we as a community, and to say to Jean and Tony as her parents, and what a joy it is to see Caroline as somebody who had a dream and pursued it with perseverance to become a professional healthcare person working for CDC. May you, Caroline, continue to pursue that goal of making a difference and taking it personally, that all our health should be maintained. We're grateful to you. I asked Carl to think of something to sing for us, with us tonight, in light of crossing this milestone. And it's a song of Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav, 150 years ago. Kol Holam Kulo Gesher Tsar Ma'od. The entire world is a narrow bridge. There are dangers. V'ha'ikar lo lefalched klal. But always to remember, the essence is not to be afraid.
Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od. והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר לא לפחד כלל. והעולם כולו גשר צר מאוד,
Gesher Tsar Meod, Gesher Tsar Meod,
Kol haolam kulo, Gesher Tsar Meod, Gesher Tsar Meod. והעיקר, לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר, לא לפחד כלל.
Again, a thank you to Caroline Kravitz and a shout out to her sister Andrea, who is a blessing to Caroline, to all of us. Ribbon Shalom, Master of the universe, may we remain steadfast in doing what's best for the health of all those around us, for our own health as we are in a marathon. May we count our blessings and maintain an even pace. Amen.